So this is it, IPS 4K monitor. This is 27-inch UK850 monitor from LG. Hey guys, I'm Tech, and today I got 27-inch IPS 4K monitors right here from LG. They're two different models, so let me know if you can tell the difference between two of them. They're both different models, however, they look identical in the front. And of course, the additional identical models that you come across is the UL series. Those two are the UK series, which happened, I believe, in 2018. They were voted best 4K monitors available. So that's why they're popular, they're hard to get, and yet 2019 rolls out and LG announces the UL series, which is 27UL600, 650, and 850. So let me go over what's the difference between the monitors and if you should get one of those or perhaps switch to UL series, which tend to be cheaper and available more widely than those two monitors. So let me know in the comments below if you can know which monitor is which. So let's get into it and find out which one is which. So hey guys, I'm Tech from Tech Driven, and today of course we got the two monitors, 27UK600 and 27UK850. Both monitors are very similar, as you can see from the front. They do actually look identical. I don't think you can tell the difference. Let me know in the comments below if you did. This is monitor 1, monitor 2. Can you tell the difference? From the front view, honestly, no, because they're identical. Of course, I had a third monitor, which was the UL series, which is identical to the UK600, and it's cheaper than UK model. Why? I will let you guys know exactly what I found out regarding the monitor, regarding the specs and the actual panel. But first, let's compare those two. Whichever panel you're looking at, whether it's the UL series, the UK600, UK650, or UK850, they all look identical. However, the specs are slightly different. So first, we're going to start off with the 27UK600, which is this model right here. From the front, it's identical. However, the differences are it has a fixed base and you cannot adjust the heights. However, the 850 right here has adjustable stand when you can lift the heights up and down. Of course, the UK650 also has adjustable stand and it does exactly this. The only difference between 650 and 850, however, goes into specs and what's behind and what you connect to it. So one big thing that the 850 has over the 650 and 600 is USB-C connector. I can take my Galaxy Note 10, connect it. As you can see, I gotta press the yes, because it's telling me that I detected that the phone is there. And of course, DeX is showing up. So it's pretty nice that I can either mirror my image from my phone onto this display without even disconnecting it, or I can actually use this phone directly with the monitor to use DeX, which is a nice feature. So one thing I really like with the setup is the Logitech MX Master, which has 3 inputs that I can select between 1, 2, and 3, so I can switch over between my PC and my Samsung DeX right on the spot without any additional work. I highly recommend it. I'll even throw a link in the description for the best prices. So before I go to the back of those monitors to tell you what exactly is different is, let me tell you about the UL series and what's different between the UK and UL as far as I know from the front. And the answer is really nothing. I wasn't able to tell whether it's any difference between the monitors in itself. I did, however, read on some website that people were complaining that UL series is slightly dimmer than the UK model, but that could be varied from places when it was manufactured. Perhaps there's a different revision. As far as I could tell, the 27UL series 600 monitor that I had was identical to the UK600 that I have here. I couldn't really tell the difference, so if I had to buy it again, I would actually go with the cheapest option. So if that case, if my cheapest option would be UL, I would have gone with the UL instead of the UK. However, I got this about 6 months ago, the UK600, and I got this one just recently, which is probably less than a month, just because it took that long to get it shipped. However, what I paid for it is actually $450 for the 600 and $450 for the 850. So of course, if I had to buy it again, I would go with the 850 definitely, especially that the price was similar. The only thing you have to account for is that 27UK600, 650, 850 were voted best 4K monitors of 2018. So of course they're hard to get. You can really scramble around the web and you'll find that either it looks like they're discontinued or they're sold out, and actually they're sold out. And to prove that is that this manufacturing date is actually March 2020. So no, they were not discontinued. They're simply being sold out constantly because there's such a high demand, because they were voted best 4K monitors for gaming and for creators because of its color accuracy and so on. So one thing I want to point out right away is that even though this monitor has black cables here, they actually come with white cables regardless which model you're going to choose, the 600, 650 or 850. I only switch the colors on this monitor on purpose just so I know which monitor I'm actually referring to, so I don't get it confused, because they are very similar. And especially with the UL series, you won't be able to tell the difference unless you know exactly by the sticker. Exactly by the sticker. I forgot to mention that this one you can actually rotate. So between the monitors, they have similar connections, except for the 850 has a USB-C cable, which is this one right here. Has DVI 1.2. Has 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB 3.0 cables, of course, I don't know what that is, something, and a power cord. However, the 850 has a bigger power brick, 7.1 amps versus 2.2. So is it because it's more power hungry, or is it simply just to power the extra inputs that it has? When I connect my Galaxy Note 10 to this monitor, not only can I use the DeX, it charges my phone at the same time. So I'm assuming that's why we're getting the bigger power brick. So the 850 has more ports versus the 600 has 1 DVI port, 1.2, 2 HDMI ports. So the UL supposedly has DisplayPort 1.4, which helps maybe some people, but in reality doesn't really help, as you're maxing out the 4K capability as it is, as those are 60 Hz monitors. If there were 80 or 120 Hz monitors, 1.4 DisplayPort will be definitely handy. So if you're looking to get 4K panels, you know, the 27UK600, 650 or 850 are a great choice. But let's not forget the UL series, the 27UL600, 650 and 850 are actually also a great choice. I would really recommend that you go with the cheapest one because they're pretty much identical. I mean, the UL is slightly refreshed, but are they better? I can't say for sure. Unless I started doing some kind of scientific test, then maybe you can determine if they're better or not. But as far as I know, they're pretty much identical. They use the same panels, perhaps they're tweaked a little bit differently. I would go with the cheapest one. So if you have extra money to spend, I would really recommend that you get the 850 series versus the 600 or 650. The 850 of course has the adjustable pen, but the biggest difference, what I think is useful, is the USB-C connection in the back. If you have a MacBook Pro and you want to connect it directly to the display, you can with a USB-C, or if you have Samsung phone with a USB-C connector, you can use that DeX, which is two really useful features that this monitor can handle. And of course with this one you still can, but you would have to go from a Thunderbolt to HDMI adapter, which is doable as well. This one comes already. Is it worth extra money? As I said earlier, I did spend $450 on this panel and $450 on this panel. So it really depends how you shop around. I'll have the link for all of those monitors that I found in the description if you're interested. And I would just browse to see which one's cheapest and get the cheapest one that you can afford. If you can get it, the 850 fairly cheap, I would go with 850. If the price is really high, just go with a 600. I mean, if you get, especially when you get it mounted on a VESA mount, you don't really need the adjustable stand anymore. When it comes to UK UL series, I would go with the cheapest ones you can find. If the UL is cheapest at the moment, get a UL. If UK is cheaper, get a UK. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for sticking around, watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what else you want to see. Thumbnail time.